Hey guys, I thought you'd like to see this test. Sometimes they're failures. You know, I did some, I don't know, I consider extensive modifications to this HDP 50. I shortened the stop, currently running a 30 millimeter spring in here. And my objective was to get it to cycle like more like an FSC or M17 or, you know, a blow forward type marker where the bolt actually enters the barrel and then launches the projectile or releases the air. If you're not familiar with the Umarex, the bolt doesn't actually make contact with the projectile, which is why they can launch pepper balls at much higher joule rating than, say, a TCP, for instance, because the bolt isn't actually making contact with the ball. So I shortened the stop, shortened the spring, and the objective was to get the bolt to travel into the barrel. And this is sort of the test, back to back, to realize, were there any gains made, or was it all for nothing? And no, that is not a custom front sight. This green painter's tape is to designate my modified HDP 50, which has the spring and the bolt stop. I did reinstall the factory barrel. It still has the magnetic dent. If I could say one thing, so this is the unmodified, and both of these are double deleted, so no valve block, no CO2 restrictor. This still has, the unmodified version still has the factory rubber dent in it, so no magnetic catch in this one. If there was a advantage, that may be it, because this one, even though I have the factory barrel in here, I destroyed the original dent. So I have electrical tape, which I do believe made a good seal against the casing. If you are familiar with these, there's two slots cut in the actual exo cage of the internals, and if it's not sealed there, well, your CO2 is just gonna expand out the side. So I believe it's sealed properly. I will be shooting 3.5 gram Riot Balls. Let's see. Oh, there we go. In both of them. Plan is, so I'm gonna load them up both with the 6 of each. Oh, and this is the magnetic dent. These are steel cord. I mean, I watched Junior's video and he's slapping it pretty hard, kind of in a downward thing, and he commented and said, he had a little pinner magnet on there. That can still happen, but I do have a fairly large magnet in here, and it works just randy dandy with these steel cord balls. So, and my factory barrel now, which doesn't have a dent, so magnet's working good. So 6 in that guy. We'll load 6 in the unmodified. Well, I keep saying unmodified, but they're both double deleted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, 6 in that guy. I have reverted back to both the, let me get this one out, the factory puncture pins, just for the sake of testing here. Let's see. There you go. So we will do 12 grams in each of them. Crossbins, fresh ones. The one in that one. One in that one. Put a dab of silicone, and like I was mentioned in the last video, I just put it now in the actual cap instead of the CO2. It just makes it easier. Thread the guys in, both of them in. So both of them are ready to go. What I'm gonna do is charge the modified version first, shoot one round. Charge the unmodified, or so I like to call it, version, shoot one round, then go back to this one, go back to the modified, unmodified, modified, unmodified, and just go back to back, shot count. I'm not going to call out any joule counts. I will do my best to estimate the first shot, but I mean, this is more about showing that, not necessarily, I don't know. I put a lot of work in this, and I didn't really realize the potential that I thought. Now it's not dead yet. There are a lot of combinations that may change things, but in any case, let's go for it. Okay, so modified version first. 3.5 gram Riot Balls, factory barrel, short bolt stop, short spring. What's going on here? Whoa. Might need to smack that one a little harder. I was actually smacking that one pretty hard, so this would be the first time I've had. Probably shouldn't be holding this. Damn near pierced it, but it did not pierce it, so don't try that at home. Let's try this again. There we go. Wow. Actually, you know, guys, that was the first time I really had to hit that thing. It's actually been pretty good. So hopefully the test proves that that's not an issue, that doesn't affect things. So in any case, just punctured it, 1 for 1. Modified, factory barrel, 3.5. 312. Not gonna do a lot of talking here, guys. Unmodified, 3.5 gram punctured. Okay, going back to the modified. Climbed a little there. Unmodified. Still holding high though. Modify. This will be the third shot. 300. Drop some. Unmodified. 326. Still pretty good. Holding strong. Modified. 282. So it's starting to drop now. Unmodified. Wow, still holding strong. Modified. This is shot number 5. 236, and you can tell by the sound signature is pretty weak. Unmodified. Shot number 5. Wow, still above 300. Pretty impressive. Last shot, number 6, modified. 186. Probably spit faster than that. Unmodified, last shot, guys. 314. So, I kept them all above. I'm just looking for my balls. Or the one ball I lost. I kept them all above 300. On the unmodified, well, my modified version didn't come to fruition, and you know, there's some issues. Some things, maybe they did their homework on this, and more than likely they did. But we've been following along. I mean, some markers aren't quite near their potential. These are quite small and not a lot of moving parts, so maybe they did. And so they're both empty. Just for kicks, let's do the last shots dry fire. So modified. So I fired 6 rounds already. This is just gonna be dry fires. 7, and it sounds pretty weak. 8, pretty weak. 9, like these sound like farts. Unmodified. 7, it's got a lot more oomph. 8, 9, 10. The 10th shot on the unmodified sounded more like the 8 shot on the modified, but I guess final thoughts. Well, back to the drawing board with this one. That's why I got 2. So double delete is working better and more consistently than my hacked up version, but you know, I didn't get to where I am with some of those other markers without buggering some stuff up. So keep going, keep trying, stay tuned.